What up, everybody? It's me, Bitchy, here back, giving you another show, child. Actually, not even giving you another show, giving you the first time a wrestling review. I've never done a wrestling review. I have been a wrestling fan since 1997, I believe. It was either 97 or 96. It was a Thanksgiving. I hated wrestling at the time. Um, but my uncle, I think, insisted on watching Smackdown on Thanksgiving night, and I think it was a night where The Rock and Triple H, they were in the middle of one of their many famous feuds over the WWF title at the time. Um, and I fell in love with it that night. The Rock, the way he read Triple H and DX and that whole group, that whole faction, Stephanie McMahon and all of them, the way he stood up to them, the way that he got them the fuck together and beat their asses at the end of the night, just gave me life. And I just continue to watch and indulge and attend live events. As I've said, and I've maybe gone over a couple of times, some of the events that I've been able to go to. I've attended WrestleMania 22. WrestleMania 22 was cute in Chicago, but wasn't as cute as it could have been because it was in an arena. It was not in a stadium. That was one of the first years where they decided to go arena and not stadium. Um, it was cute for what it was. The card was very cute. I just wish that we could have been in an arena with a big dumbass Chicago crowd. I mean, a stadium with a big ass Chicago crowd. Um, I've I was there the night that The Rock stuffed Mr. McMahon's face into Rikishi's ass and made him join the Kiss My Ass Club. I was there the night The Rock and Hulk Hogan came face to face and made the challenge for WrestleMania. That was amazing. Probably one of my favorite nights. I was there the last night that there was a WWF title and a WCW championship. Before Chris Jericho went on to unify them. That was a great night. I was there for an amazing ladder match between RVD and Eddie Guerrero in Chicago, which was amazing. Um, and last but not least, I've been to a SummerSlam, the big SummerSlam event in Vegas where they did it in the arena. That was sickening. Felt like WrestleMania. That was giving me my WrestleMania feel without actually going to WrestleMania. But WrestleMania is coming to Vegas. Not 40, but 41, I believe. So I will be there for 41, getting my life at WrestleMania. So let's finally get to tonight's topic, which is Night of Champions. Tonight was the Night of Champions event. Hold on, I gotta make sure that this person is parking right because they don't usually park right, and if they hit my new car, it's gonna be trouble. But I see that they have parked correctly. So, Night of Champions. It was over in Saudi Arabia. Um, Big WrestleMania feel again in a big dumbass stadium over there. So the first match of the night was the World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles. Now last month, Triple H came out and said, "Child, Roman Reigns is coming up on 1,000-day reign as Universal Champion." Eye roll of the night because I'm so tired of that. He got his number. Let's get over. I'm glad that we're gonna get to that later, but let's start to wrap this up. Let's wrap it up. Come on, I'm ready for some new content, some new storylines, some new stuff. Let's go. But Triple H said we need a new champion for Raw. This champion is going to be performing, defending the title on Raw and the pay-per-views, and he's going to be here more. Because right now Roman Reigns is very much so shows up when he wants to, shows up for a pay-per-view and leaves and does what he wants to. So great match between AJ Styles and Seth freaking Rollins. The obvious back and forth, big spots, da 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 woo woo woo. The winner of that match was Seth freaking Rollins, which I'm happy for. I would have been happy for either one of these guys to win because I like AJ Styles, but I love Seth freaking Rollins, bitch. He is so charismatic, bitch. So when he comes out to the ring in these outfits, bitch, giving you hoes tens across the board with these outfits that he's coming out in, I live for Seth freaking Rollins. So 5 snaps and a yes to Seth freaking Rollins for becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. I hope that it's a nice long. Let's give him his 1,000 days now. Rioters back there. Child, I'd rather see Seth Rollins for 1,000 days as champion than Roman Reigns. No shades, Roman Reigns. I respect what he's done in the business. Pat him on the back. Boop boop. But it's time for some new shit. So from there, Triple H comes out. He wins the match. Triple H comes out, gives him the title, raises his hand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo, woo. Crowd is singing that song. Ooh, ooh, yes. That's freaking rocks. So up next we have Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus came back as a heel bitch and said, "Bitch, I am that girl." In her Beyonce Renaissance first track of the album, I'm that girl. You girls, you hoes, basically, bow down, basically, in her Beyonce voice again. Cute match. I love the ring gear. Becky Lynch giving me like Mrs. Rollins. The Rollins is, I tweeted earlier, the Rollins is slayed as far as their ring attire tonight because Becky came out in her Kill Bill onesie, and I guess the women tonight I noticed this for a trend. The women's matches they all had on these like bodysuits. I guess there was no skin, but you cannot show your skin other than your face, bitch. Don't even let your ankles show, okay? So they all had on bodysuits and was covered from head to toe, child. I mean, from neck down, down, neck down, okay? Bound town, neck down, okay? Sickening match. Becky Lynch was about to win. She was whooping Trish's ass a little bit. She was whooping Trish's ass. Trish was getting her kicks in, her Trish kicks and her chick kicks and stuff in too. But then, child, some lady, Zoe Stark, Tony Stark's Iron Man, Tony Stark's niece, came from under the ring. But she took Becky Lynch, flipped her over, and took her head after she was flipping her over, took her head and bopped it into her knee. Miss Stark, I don't know who you are, but I know you now. That is the single greatest finishing move I've ever seen in this new millennium. That's the fucking move. She's going far. Zoe Stark. Remember that name. So she hit her with that and threw in the ring. She hit the Stratus faction and won. So Trish wins that match. She's like, I told you I was that bitch. And Becky knows who's bleeding, child, everything else. So, child, up next we had Gunther defending the Intercontinental title against Mustafa Ali, who I like. And I think I went to high school with Mustafa Ali. If you see this Mustafa, I think we went to high school because I went to Bolingbrook High School. My first year of Bolingbrook High School, it was at the old high school that was over by the library. They were closing that down to upgrade us to the new sickening big dumbass high school over by my house. So we had to wait for that to get done. They always speeding through this thing, going to hit somebody's kid. Somebody's kid got hit over here, actually. We'll talk about that later on the podcast. So I went to the old school for 1 year, and it was this boy in my class who was what is it called? Not independent wrestler or aspiring wrestler, and he looked exactly like Mustafa Ali. His name was not Mustafa Ali though. It was like, was it Adam Alil? It may be Adam Alil, something like that. Unless that was another wrestler's name, but I think that was that boy's name. If that's you, Mustafa, congratulations on making it to the WWE. Because I remember when we were in high school, I would talk to you about it because I was a big fan. I'm like, oh my God, you're a wrestler. I'm gonna come see you. Like, how do I get involved? Stuff like that. I would bother you about it. I probably was bothering you about it. I don't remember how it went, but you gave me the information and stuff like that. I looked it up. So, child, I kind of already knew. I was hoping. I'm like, child, give this man his moment in his home country. Mustafa Ali was over there in Saudi Arabia. They showed a little package right before the match, really hyping it up like he was finna win, child. Showing him going to like the motherland and doing like a pilgrimage and stuff like that. And so I'm thinking like he really finna win. Gave him a cute entrance. He had on his like his native dress and stuff like that. And so it was a good match. He was getting his ass beat, but he did hit some sickening moves. Hit that 450 splash. He hit like a sickening tornado DDT. But Gunther, who I do see becoming World Heavyweight Champion at some point, I hope not no time soon. I want Rollins to give Rollins a year reign. Because I want to see what he does in a year with this title, putting people over and just elevating other people, but still keeping that title. But y'all, Gunther hit that. What he hit? He hit some. Oh, he hit He hit a sickening clothesline and then hit a power bomb, and it was over. So Gunther is still Intercontinental Champion. Up next, child, we had Asuka versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Once again, like I said, bodysuits down, no skin showing for the women. But Asuka, it was a good match. They both were whooping each other's asses. Asuka went for that missed it. And then, baby girl, she said, "Oh, you thought that you had me, that you ducked the miss, baby girl." She said, "Put that blue mist on her fingers, bitch. That blue dye." Bianca picked her up and went for a move, and she was like, real quick, and kicked the bitch twice. Kicked her in her weave ponytail, child. And we now have a new Raw Women's Champion. I kind of figured that this was coming because Bianca Belair is on SmackDown and she's the Raw Women's Champion. So something had to happen, child. Somebody was either going to win the title or she was going to get traded back. Something like that. I don't know, but I figured she was going to lose. So congrats to Asuka. I know she wanted that title, child. She been putting in work and she was over it for not getting her title. So give her the title, shit. Up next, child, really quickly, we had Rhea Ripley just whoop the hell out of Natalya on her birthday, which I did not know it was her birthday. In WWE, why did y'all do that? That was Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon wrote this script, and he was like, "Your uncle, Brett, still out there talking about me?" 60-second match. Bye. Baby, she whooped her ass. Dom, I love Dom. Dom, I see being a world heavyweight champion as well in the future, no time soon. Let's see if he can get the Intercontinental Champion once Gunther lets go. And we'll see how that goes. But he will be a champion one day. Baby, he distracted Natalya. And from there on, Rhea Ripley just whooped her ass, put her in a ring, smushed her, and put her head, and put her legs back to her, put her feet back to her neck, bitch. And 1, 2, 3. Up next, we have Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Child, Cody Rhodes is supposedly coming in with a broken arm. It looks more like it's just wrapped up and sprained. Wasn't very broken. He was still doing moves and stuff like that. It looked like he could have won that match for a second, but Brock Lesnar was putting him in that damn Cobra Kai or whatever that shit is, with putting his arm back and making him either submit or give up. He never did tap out, so I'm hoping it's gonna be a trilogy because Cody got one and now Brock got one, because basically he put his arm up 3 times and the referee stopped the match. He never tapped out and he wasn't pinned though, so he could say, "You really never beat me. I beat myself by passing out." If you really want to talk about it, Brock, you don't have a pin over me. He could read him like that until they do the third one at SummerSlam. I'm thinking Cody gets the Money in the Bank, one of the Money in the Banks, to go against. But no, I want them to go against each other at SummerSlam. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but we'll see. So Brock Lesnar won that match. Last but not least, shall we have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Child. First of all, I love seeing Sami come out in his native dress as well. That you could tell that he felt very prideful about coming out in that native dress, giving his people life. So congrats to him on that, and congrats to him on being able to come to Saudi Arabia and get that pop that he got tonight and that support that he got tonight, because he got a lot of it. He felt really good about that. He felt emotional about that, you could see. So then they go to the ring, start the matchup. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, okay, where's the referee spot coming forth, because we need to get this going. A referee spot goes. I'm like, okay, here we go, bitch, here we go. So Kevin has, so referee goes down hard out of the ring. He's gonna be gone for a while. Kevin has Roman outside, about to maybe powerbomb him through the table. Usos come, start beating his ass a little bit, take him out. Go in the ring, 1 super kick to Sami, 2 super kicks to Sami. About to do it together, boop, hit their brother instead, Solo. Knock Solo out. Roman outside the ring sees this, gets in the ring, muffs the hell out of Jimmy over into the corner, and then goes over to Jay like, "What the f*** are y'all doing out here? Get out of here. There's no more day ones. There's no more day ones." Mushes him. "Get out of my ring." Turns around to a super kick from Jimmy. Finally, Jimmy has super kicked Roman ending this motherfucking bloodline stuff. Because he's like, you're not finna keep mushing me and pushing me in my face, smushing my face and stuff like that. You're not finna keep doing that. So, super kick for you. And so Jay is like, what are you doing? Why did you do that? Like, what are you doing? Why? You can't do that. Do better. Like, why'd you do that? For him to say, I'm doing what you should have did a long time ago. I got you. Bop! Super kick again to Roman. Kicking him out of the ring, child. And so finally he's like, come on, let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm your brother. He's like, I'm your brother. He's like, it's me and you now. I'm your brother. I would never treat you like that. Let's go. We gotta go. He's like, let's go, Usos, let's go. Pushing him out the ring, and they went to the back. Solo got in the ring, got a stunner from Sami. A stunner from Kevin, and a hell of a kick from Sami, child. For the 1, 2, 3. And from there, I got my life. I will give this entire show 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Everything played out exactly how I wanted it to play out, or I thought it may play out as far as the big matches. Got a couple surprises with the smaller matches or the mid matches, and some stuff to look forward to with this bloodline, bitch, because I've never been so drawn into wrestling. It's been years since I've been this drawn. I will only watch the big 4 or the big 2, SummerSlam and WrestleMania, or SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and Money in the Bank, and keep it moving. But I will be watching some Raw and some Smackdown coming up because I want to know what's about to happen with some of these storylines. So kudos, WWE. Vince, stay home. We don't need you. If I don't know if Vince had anything to do with this card, whoever wrote this card is a genius. Keep doing what you're doing. Until next time, we will be back with all of the breaking news, the big shit that happens. I'm not going to do weekly stuff like that, I don't think. But we will be back. I'll see how this video does. And we'll be back with more wrestling talk because I enjoyed it. It was fun. It took me back to the old days. So next time, deuces.